Hello, business owners. It's Becca Switzer with Roof Sales Mastery and author of Diamonds in the Sky. And I wanted to talk to you about a big mistake that I notice business owners making. And it's about training salesmen and implementing new systems. So this is the thing that kind of pops up this time of year. Again, it's fall, depending on when you're watching this. It's end of September right now, going into October. And this is the quote unquote slower season, right? Things are slowing down and we've got winter, which is slow, and then spring kind of kicks off and shit gets crazy. Well, I talk to a lot of business owners and they'll call me and say, Becca, I am desperate to create a sales team. Like I'm tired of the revolving door. I'm sick of doing the ride along training. It takes up my time. I'm sick of interviewing one person here and one person there and blah, blah, blah. And we'll talk about my system. And we'll say, okay, well, here's exactly what we're going to do to fix that. Like, here's how this system works. It's going to eliminate the ride-along training. You're going to be able to train people in 5 days, and they'll be out the door. Even if you have 8 people at the same time, 5 days, they're done. The recruiting, we're going to get you 20 or 50 applications in the first week. We'll show you how to do a group interview so that you don't have to do one by one by one by one and all that stuff. And they're like, that's awesome. They get so excited. And they're like, well, I think that sounds great. That's exactly what I need. So when spring rolls around, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy that. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I'll take your money then too, right? But listen to what you're saying. What do you think is going to happen in the springtime when it's March and let's say you start hiring people and 4 days later, a storm hits. Cat 5. Okay, 2-inch in diameter hail. People are flying in. Shit's nuts. You are not gonna have the time or the focus to give to hiring and training brand new people. You're gonna be running around like a chicken with its head cut off. And your new guys are gonna be scrambling like they're gonna be overwhelmed because they just got hired. 3 days ago, they started learning even what hail damage was, and like they're still learning how to knock a door. And you're like, okay, guys, we're pushing people out, and there's chaos everywhere. Don't do that to yourself. Do not try to scramble to learn and implement and take advantage of a fresh storm at the same time when you don't have to. Okay, if you don't have to do that, please don't. Give yourself the breathing room. You know, business owners sometimes think, well, Beck, isn't it a bad time to hire people like when it's the slow season? You know, it's fall or going in winter. And no, I don't think so. In fact, again, I feel like it's a kind of a uniquely positive opportunity to hire people during the slow season because one, you've got more time to dedicate to those people. And two, they are not in a Shark Tank where it's a dog-eat-dog world and there's 9 other contractors behind them knocking their doors and they're just like they're just drowning in the chaos of a fresh storm in the spring. And so plus you have the time to learn these new systems. Not that it takes that long to learn, but it gives you a chance to go through them, implement them. And then when spring does hit, you are fully prepared. You have an army ready to deploy. So when the storm hits, you've got able-bodied dudes ready to go. And like I said, remember, in terms of the slow season thing, like hiring and training people, letting them go in the slow season, if your guys, brand new, can even get 1 deal a week, that's $1,000 to $1,500 in their pocket. That's all. They're fine. They're gonna do okay. If they did that every week of the year, they'd be making $50,000. That's probably more than the average person that comes to you is making right now wherever they're working. Okay, so think about that. And I'm sharing that with you just to help you think ahead of time right now. I highly encourage you, if you're going to be implementing new systems, do it now. Fall is a great time. Things are a little bit slower. You can get familiar with the materials. You can implement them. You can have a couple dry runs if you want before the shit hits the fan, before the hail hits the roofs. Okay, so hopefully that helps. I think it's a really important kind of tweak to make to your timing and your schedule and things like that. As always, subscribe to the YouTube channel here. Visit my website, www.roofsalesmastery.com. Also, if you're looking for the recruiting and new hires training stuff, you can look at those 2 courses. There's a bunch of different bundles too. I do have like an all-inclusive business owners package, which is the most popular. But the new hires training and the recruiting machine are the 2 dedicated to what we just talked about. So anywho, hope that everything's going well out there. I look forward to catch up with you guys again soon. Keep it classy. Bye.